Interestingly, Ian, one of the things that we're seeing as a real challenge at the moment is getting banks to lend to small businesses. I think we're seeing a scenario where the high street banks are not supporting them. What's your experience currently?
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a sea change over the past few years. The main sort of stream banks are changing their funding models. Typically now they're not interested in providing more complex facilities to businesses that turn over less than £6.5 million, which is restricting the ability of SMEs to access those type of products and services. I think post 2008, 2009, the financial crash, the intention was that challenger banks would come to the party. But in fact, what we've seen, a lot of them have fallen away or haven't had much impact upon the market share, which is of the big five. Nor do they have the same range of products and services. I know you've had experience with some other sort of type of lenders at the moment. Perhaps you could give us a bit of a flavour.
Yeah, I think there are some new fintechs coming to the marketplace. We've seen people kind of stepping into this revolving credit scenario. There's some that have already exited that, which I think equally creates its challenges. But certainly the funding of maybe the front end of a business is getting a little bit easier in terms of purchasing. But again, the credit threshold is quite high. And I think it's around working with those lenders and borrowers to understand what is needed. Where do you think it's going in terms of the outlook for 2024?
I think the big five are retaining their market share, but are becoming more reluctant to lend because of we're seeing sort of government breaches due to higher interest rates, etc. I think that that sort of SMEs are going to need to be smarter and start to engage with people like ourselves who have access to the secondary market and are able to provide the right blend and structure of facilities that will enable SMEs to grow and continue to be successful.
And I think, as ever, people are waiting too long for the bank to say no before engaging in alternative options and then find themselves sort of backed into a corner. So we would always encourage people to have a plan B running to make sure that it steps in if plan A doesn't work.